All right, what's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of True Big Blue Film Reviews. Um, yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about the Eagles' rush offense, man. We're going to be talking about how the Giants played the Eagles the very first game. Not going to go too much into the second game because, we had our backups um, on the field that second game. What's going on, Cavito? Entertainer in the building. What's going on? Stand up, Mets. Uh, let's see what else in the building. Scoob, what's going on, Scooby? Love that little girl right there. Tommy, what's going on, Tommy Tucker? Mello, what's going on, Mello Wick? Join his spaces. He goes every day. Andre, met him in the spaces. What's going on, Andre? Brian and Mets. I'll send you the link in a little bit, bro. When we start the film review. So, I got my main man E, the chosen one. All you guys know him on Twitter. Pens, what's going on? Elbert, what's going on? So he was at the Minnesota Vikings game, and I don't know if he's ready or not, but I would love to ask him to give his detailed opinion of what he thought about that game and just the atmosphere that was going on at that game. I know you, Mello, or Scoot were at the game. Man, it was a lovely sight. But how do you feel about that game, and what could we have done better, and what do we need to do better?
Well, first of all, man, I thank you for having me on, brother. It's always a pleasure to sit down, talk X's and O's and ball with a great analytical mind such as yours, man. But most of all, you can't get enough of being able to take an in-depth analysis of what we're about to do. And I'm just happy to be a part of that. And to answer your question about the atmosphere and just the electricity and the energy that was in the air. I've been so many places in my life, man, and I said this a million times, and I have no problem with repeating it a million and one. But Minnesota is one of those places where it has probably gotten a bad rap over the years due to the racial profiling and things that did take place in that great city. But that does not mean the people there are what we see visually on TV. It is a big difference between going somewhere and actually understanding the culture, the people, the ethnicity, the Midwest hospitality, and seeing something on TV and taking that out of context because of racial, profiling and the way we were raised and the things that we saw, and being an African American mixed man myself, to see things like that on TV, you start talking about a state, you start talking about the people, you start talking about a place, but never know it. So my greatest attribute to this conversation is that I'll tell anybody, never judge a book by its cover until you actually open it up and read it, and never judge what you see on TV until you actually get there and experience it for yourself. So saying that to say this, it 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 was different, man. It was different. To see the speed of the game, because we all know the game speeds up in the playoffs, and to see our team be able to answer the bell with game speed, composure, poise, discipline. Because think about it, we didn't have any offsides penalties, I don't think, in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we had any false starts. So to be in a game with that loud of a decibel level in a dome at home for a team that's hot, 13-4, or whatever the case may be, who's a winning team, the only number two because the Eagles had a better season at 14-2. So, and this team has come back, if I'm not mistaken, in 11-1 in games by one score. So they've played a miracle season themselves, only second to us, who have the next amount of comebacks with a one-score game and victories. So they've had these battles to the end with no matter who they played with 12 times. So they knew how to play a game like this. And if it came down to them having the ball last, they claimed victory each and every time. But what the New York Giants did was put points on the board often and early and kept their foot on their necks offensively. So no matter what they did to try to come back, it came down to a defensive battle. And we won that battle when it came down to the last series in the game. Now, there was a lot of things that I think that we could have done better. Wink Martindale fooled me, which I'm not here to be sad about, but openly admit. He didn't blitz nowhere near what I thought he was going to blitz. He only blitzed 22% of the time. That means 78% of the time he was in man and blanketing and bracketing, and getting those reps in that last Eagle game helped these young guys understand how to bracket. Now, that's something that I can't wait for us to get into the film with, because that's something that most people don't understand. Bracketing is not just a concept and you know how to do it. You have to be in rhythm. There's a timing that goes into it. But most of all, you have to understand your assignment, because one missed assignment is an open run towards the end zone. So what I think we could have done better in this game was not fool me.
Yeah, when you actually look at the film of the Vikings game, I did show a little bit of that a couple of days ago. But when you look at the film of the Vikings game, we bracketed Jefferson to perfection. That whole after that first drive, we bracketed him to perfection. Now, Kirk Cousins was on this game. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Kirk Cousins. He was on his game and he took advantage of the opportunities that he had a way to take advantage of, which was to Hawkinson most of the time. The thing that saved us is we didn't let people like Osborne go off. Because if Osborne started to go off, then it would have really been a problem. Then we would have to stop bracketing Jefferson to try to zone, and that's when Jefferson would have started going off again. But shout out to I have to give Darnay Holmes some credit. He played very well in that game. He played the screen very well. He didn't let them get those cheap yards on those quick screens, which helped us out tremendously. And Wink only blitzed one time. I didn't want him to blitz, and that was on that 3rd and 9 when we didn't accept that holding penalty. And they got that big gash when we blitzed on 3rd and 9. But I like to repeat what's my man on wrestling, Paul Heyman. We are the one behind the 1-11-1 when it comes to the Vikings and one score games. We're all that one. We beat them at their own game, and we held up at the very end. And I told I said we rope-a-doped them. When Kirk Cousins got in trouble, who did he look to? He looked to Hawkinson, and we switched it up. We put Xavier McKinney on him, and it wound up not being the first down because he thought, hey, look, let me get it to Hawkinson. He's been killing all game. He'll make a play, and he didn't make that play, and we got off the field, and we won. So that matchup, I had us winning that game in a game just like that, around 31-20, 31-24. I got us winning 31-20 against the Eagles. And I want to ask you guys could chime in the chat, but I want to ask my main man E, what do you think is the most important thing we have to do on defense to beat the Eagles?
We have to surely tackle. The one thing that we have to do is make sure that we wrap up in tackling. This is a team that I've watched slip tackles with Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and even Gainwell when they hit those A and B gaps, because of the fact that Lane Johnson is a demon when he's healthy, and that gets the rest of the offensive line cohesive. Jalen Hurts is an extension of the running game, so they might as well have 4 running backs back there. And I noticed the creases. Whenever they get big gains, it's not big holes. There are a lot of creases that they slip through, and in those creases where linebackers get caught, if they're not diagnostic or analytical in that play, that's it for them. They're flat-footed, and they take an angle, and now they're out of the play because of the fact that they did not have the instincts to be able to hit a crease, and these guys get up the field. So this game is going to come down to how we help out our linebackers with our bracketing scheme in the secondary, how we man up in certain instances, and if Wink Martindale is going to blitz, which we all know he is, how his timing with these blitzes are. Does he send pressure up the A and B gap to close it up, or does he bring a cornerback off the edge to make Jalen Hurts use his arm in a quick throw situation to try to get the ball out?
Very true, very true. I think tackling is very, very, very important in this game. But I'm going to say aggressiveness out of the linebackers. No waiting for people to come get to you. Make decisive decisions and go with the flow. And one other thing, gap control blitzing. I don't know if you guys know what I mean by gap control blitzing, but when you blitz, play gap control while you blitz. Because if you blitz wildly and you let them push you around the corner, Jalen Hurts is going to take off. And if you leave a gap, he's going to take off. Gap control blitzing is what we're going to have to do if we want to blitz. Now, we were talking in the spaces earlier. They was asking why people like Boston Scott kill us. And I didn't get a chance to answer, but I was going to answer with a question. And E, you may know, when's the last time we had a linebacker that was respected?
Antonio Pierce.
That's a long damn time. But I think that's true. Because who was the linebacker in 2011? It was Blackburn.
Was it Michael Boley as well?
Michael Boley was on the first team, wasn't it?
Okay,
Yeah, he was on the first
so
team. No.
Black.
Was it Kavika Mitchell on that first team? I think Boley was
Yeah.
on that team.
Yeah, it was Kavika Mitchell, Matthias Kiwanuka, right?
That was 2007. 2011 was Michael Boley, Chase Blackburn.
Michael Boley, Chase Blackburn. Yeah. So you said respected. Those guys are just a part of a winning team, and they played well enough to have their names called in certain instances. But respected, Antonio Pierce.
And and Chad, I mean middle linebacker.
Antonio Pierce.
Yeah. And that's what, 16 years now? Going on 16 years?
Almost, man.
So we haven't had a prominent middle linebacker on this team in 16 years.
We gave Michael Beason a cup of coffee, so that doesn't count.
And he was always hurt.
Right. He tore his fifth metatarsal in practice and never was the same.
Right. So we haven't had above average middle linebacker in 16 years. And you guys wonder why people go off against us when it comes to the run game? Especially the past, 6 years, we've been pretty bad at that. I can't even name the middle linebacker that was on that 2016 team. Oh, Blake Martinez. Okay. Yeah, he was respectable. Okay. But I'm talking about feared. Antonio Pierce was feared for the most part. Was he on a London Fletcher or Ray Lewis? No, but he was feared. He was the unquestioned leader of that defense when it came to getting play calls and getting people to do their roles. Michael Strahan was the leader, but Antonio Pierce was that guy to get people into their roles. Right now, we have a safety doing that right now. And I guess that's just how Wink runs his system. But damn, I think Antonio Pierce is the last guy that has to be feared and respected. And that's a long time. That's crazy. So I don't know, E. If you're running your defense, let me know some of the things that you expect out of your linebacker. Not what you want, but what you expect out of your middle linebacker.
It's three things, man. First of all, your instincts have to be up, because that's the ability for you to diagnose plays, to see things before they happen. But most of all, get your guys in position to make plays, meaning as, okay, he recognized me as the Mike. See, I know people are going to bug out, so let me just break it down simply. A quarterback and a middle linebacker plays a game of chess. You try to fool the quarterback and make him set in a position offensively where he think he's going to be able to run a play, but you have diagnosed play because you're looking at the offensive way that the team is set across from you. A quarterback says, whoever you ever hear him call out a number, 50's the Mike, 50's the Mike, 50's the Mike. That means he's recognizing what's going to happen in the defensive set because where the middle linebacker is lined up at. Great middle linebackers know how to do two things: diagnose plays before they happen and fool a quarterback into making the wrong read because he reads his eyes. So a quarterback is like, wow, I cannot go through this progression because he has his defense in place to cover that. Now I have to go off script. And you know what happens if you have a good defensive line? You give them enough time to get to a quarterback. So a middle linebacker is responsible for a secondary being able to cover at times and the people in front of him able to get that push. And if he sees that open and wide open, he takes that gap, he hits it as hard as he can, and he moves a quarterback, either sacks him, moves him off his spot, pressures him, forces him into a wild throw, creates a turnover somehow, some way. But yet and still, he did everything damn near on one play because he had that control, he had that instinct, that understanding of diagnosing a play, but most of all, getting guys in position to make the right defensive stop on a play that he recognizes from watching film, being experienced in it, but most of all, winning that chess game versus a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I want to. Lou, if you're there, what are some of the things that you expect out of your middle linebacker when he's out there on that field playing for your defense? Well, I guess Lou is not there.
I'm
But
here.
oh, okay. Did you hear me?
No, what happened?
We just speaking about the defense, and I was saying our middle linebackers. We haven't had a prominent middle linebacker in there besides Antonio Pierce. I know we had Blake Martinez, but as far as a middle linebacker that's to be pretty much feared and you unquestioned leadership, it was Antonio Pierce in my
Right.
eyes. So, what do you expect from your middle linebacker when he's on the field on your defense? Not what you want, but what do you expect for him to be, to even be on the field for you?
What do I expect from my linebacker?
Yeah, your middle linebacker.
I expect him to sniff out the run and crack anybody in half who tries to come across the middle. That's what I expect. Old school. You try to come across that middle to catch the ball, you make him pay for it. If he's man enough to hold on to it, then he earned it.
True, true. Shout out to Tudo for the 4.99 super chat. He said, "Massive salute and respects to the Big Blue Crew, Blick Squad, and all diehard Giants fans in the building. And please stop all boys losers, stomp all boys losers out of the front door. We say forget about it. Thank you,
Forget
Tudo.
about it.
Appreciate all you do, Tudo. Yeah, Big Blue for life. He said you can't be that way now, but sometimes, hey, somebody got to take one for the team. You got to send a message somehow, some way. You
Make it
can't
scared
just
to
let
come
them run
across that
free.
middle.
Right. Hey, look at the baby. Look at little
The
Eli.
baby.
He
He
won't go
got
to
a wife
bed.
beater on and everything.
He won't go to bed. That's not, it's a tank top, sir. Jesus Christ. I hate that
Man.
phrase. I hate that.
The
You know why
beater.
they call it? You know why they call that?
Yeah, I
Call
know
that shit
why.
that? All right.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Wadi, what's going on? So Taj, man, before we get into this film review, man, tell me what you expect for us to go in and do to the Eagles on Saturday night, which will be called on Lou's channel, no matter if I'm off or not. I might be off, but I'm gonna let Lou call it on Saturday just in case. So we will be on G Nation Inside Sports Saturday night, live play by play. But what do you expect, Taj?
What do I expect? I expect this defense since we already played them twice a year, obviously. So basically we know what they do, like what's their mojo and everything. So basically, we definitely got to stop their run game. We definitely got to stop their run game and to make Jalen Hurts win the game with
I'm
his
not as
arm,
tired.
which I'm pretty sure you mean like he like Jalen Hurts like not to say that that he hasn't improved, but I really don't think that he's like up to that caliber when it comes to like being like a pocket passer or anything with his arm. So basically, we can't let Jalen Hurts um win with his legs. We have to make him beat us with his arm. And now now on the offensive side, yeah, like just pretty much just like the same thing what we did against the Vikings. Just keep on doing that quick passing game and stuff because because that's what we got right now, pretty much in the offense is because we don't got like no good receiver that could be like a deep threat like on a consistent basis. So yeah, so pretty much just like do the same thing what we did offensively for that what we've done for like the past like few weeks now. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, speaking of stopping the run, Lou, you guys ready to get into some film? I know Eli's ready. I hear
Yeah, he's supposed to be sleeping.
him.
Yeah, brother. You know I'm with it.
You know Eli don't go to sleep yet. I don't know why he don't be going to sleep. But all right, we're gonna talk about Jalen Hurts and this run game tonight, and how we can form a plan on how to stop them from running the ball so dang much against us, which opens up all the things they want to do in their offense. So this play here, can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this play here, let's run the play. Jalen Hurts.
King Jers, he sent $5 and didn't say nothing.
Well, thank you, King
Shout out
Thank you
Jers.
for the
Jers.
$5 super chat without the chat.
Right. King Jers. But as you see here, the Eagles, you're always going to see these two guys pulling. Either two guys are going to pull to the right or two guys are going to pull to the left. So when you see that, when he gets this ball, he's reading what Ojolari's doing right here. Now you see Ojolari, he has to be a little timid here because he has to see what Miles Sanders is doing. If he hurries up and rushes in there, Jalen Hurts could pull this ball down and maybe throw it to Quez Watkins and to be one-on-one with McFadden, and I don't like that matchup. So he has to stay there and see what's going on. He sees that running back coming out, so he stays there. Now, you see those two guys that pull, see how they knock Smith off and Thibodeau off? And Hurts gets about 9 yards. Now, Lou, if you guys are there, remember I told you the middle linebacker was the last time we had a middle linebacker to be feared?
Antonio Pierce.
Now,
AP.
when you in this position right here, tell me what you would want this guy and this guy to do to stop this play. Just line up in this position right here. And this
if
is
I'm
Thibodeau.
24.
No, if you're at 54 Smith and 5 Thibodeau, let's just say Lou, you were Thibodeau right here. What would you do right here?
I need Thibodeau to crash down on Jalen Hurts, and I need 54 to shoot through that gap and try to stop that handoff.
That's exactly what I would want them to do. I would want Thibodeau to crash down here, force this guy to block him. But if he crashes here and he has to block him right here, guess what? This tackle can't pull and get up there to Jalen Smith, which would allow Jalen Smith to curl down and get Jalen Hurts if he runs it to the outside. And the best part about this is Ojolari has now seen that Jalen Hurts has the ball. So if Jalen Hurts tries to curl back this way, Ojolari is going to be right there to tackle him, with McFadden there to back him up. These three guys are taking these two defensive tackles. Leo was not playing. If this is Leo might be able to force this gap right here where this guy has to loop out more and allow Thibodeau to loop out more and grab Hurts from the get-go. Williams is going to be a huge – go ahead,
No, go
E.
ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I mean, Leonard Williams is going to be a major factor in this game. We all know what Dexter Lawrence is going to be. Dexter Lawrence is going to do this right here every time. They have to do this to Dexter Lawrence, even though they have Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce one-on-one is not handling Dexter Lawrence. I don't care what nobody says. They're going to have to double team Dexter Lawrence. Right.
I've been repeating myself to y'all. The key to win against the boys losers is O-line show up and protect the offensive schemes.
Oh, and also, I'm pretty sure Leonard Williams, he didn't play the first game against Philly.
No, he didn't.
Right?
No, he didn't. So this right here would be Leonard Williams. I haven't seen Leonard Williams get beat one-on-one yet. So, E, go ahead. What you was going with, brother?
I want you to run it. I want you to go back and I want you to run it. And if you can catch my cadence on when to pause it, I want to show the problems. And this is what I mean about instincts. Go ahead, brother. Pause. Did you see? I need you to think. I need you to look at this is why middle linebackers matter. First of all, it's a misdirection play. Whenever you have your guard and tackle pulling to the right, it's a misdirection play, right? Now you have a running back leaking out on a possible RPO. Azeez Ojulari is reading the ball possibly going to, I think that's Miles Sanders right there. I could be wrong. I don't care, right?
Yeah,
he's looking at the ball. He's looking at the ball possibly go to Miles Sanders. He's also looking at, who's that up there? That's a wide receiver right there. Who's that on the left?
That's Quez Watkins.
Okay, so he's looking at Quez Watkins come out of the backfield in the same direction that Miles Sanders is going in. But he's also going to have no choice but to play them in case he does allow, in case he does hand it off, but he's going to pull it out of his stomach. I need you to see the uninstinctual ass move by Kayvon Thibodeau right here. And also, who's that? Micah McFadden up there? Is that who's that back
right
there?
Here? Oh, yeah. Right here. Right here, that's Micah McFadden. Yeah, he has to stay with Quez Watkins.
Look, on here. Right. So now he's allowing himself to say, you know what? Quez Watkins is leaking out. Azeez is going to realize Miles doesn't have the ball. But I need you to look at Thibodeau get caught in the wash. Look at what's going on right here. Instead
Remember,
of
he's a rookie, though.
I got it. I'm not giving nobody no passes. This is what I don't want you to do because we in the playoffs now. So I hope he's looking at this game film and saying the next time I see this formation, I will not pin my own self inside to get caught up. Now, when you run the play, he's going to pin himself inside. He is nowhere near reading this play whatsoever. Go ahead, Pat.
I'll show you exactly what he did.
He got flat-footed and he stopped himself from coming around the corner and crashing down. Right
when
there.
He did that right there.
That's it. Right there.
That's it. He misdiagnosed that play all the way, and he allowed himself to be engaged right there. Watch when you finish running the play.
He went into the block.
He went inside and crashed inside and gave up leverage.
Now look at our middle linebacker right here. This is the nigga I can't stand. Thibodeau, yes, you're a rookie. I give Thibodeau. I'm not gonna give him a pass, but I understand what he was thinking. You know what Thibodeau was thinking right here? I gotta hold the edge. And since he got back there so fast, he just waited for the guy to come to him to hold the edge. But this nigga here, I can't stand Jalen Smith.
He ran away from the play.
Watch Jalen Smith. You supposed to be coming down right now.
Where's he going?
You want to know why? You want to know why he's supposed to be coming down right now? Because there's no trips to this side. You have no assignment right here as far as a receiver. The receiver went all the way over to this side, and the running back is flowing to this side as well.
First of
That's
all,
not your responsibility.
the offensive lineman is already engaged while you're taking off
Right.
going forward.
Right. So imagine if he hits this hard, pause, and he hit that hard, pause.
Because
There's no way for Jalen Hurts to go.
And he'll actually crash into the man that runs into Thibodeau and give Thibodeau a free lane if he diagnoses that right to Jalen Hurts.
Right. Or if Thibodeau crashes extremely hard, this dude is going to have to bounce out this way to try to block him. But it's not. You gotta put in your mind that Thibodeau's probably going to be like right here if he crashes down real hard. This dude is not even going to be able to make a block. He's going to be caught in the wash. So now it's one-on-one with you and Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts is still.
Do me a favor, Pat. Count the steps that it takes for him to get to the line of scrimmage. People don't understand when you diagnose some plays, a linebacker's ability to get vertical and get to the line of scrimmage is the most important part of his instincts. Count the steps that it takes Jalen Smith to get to the line of scrimmage.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
and
then he gets blasted
and get blasted. He's 7 steps. He's 7 steps behind the play and get pushed 3 steps after the play.
And he never even got to the line of scrimmage.
Never got to
the line. Look what he did.
Never got to it, man.
Look
That's
what he
why.
did. He takes a step back to wait for the dude to come get him. If you know a dude is coming straight towards you, hit him head first.
First of all, you got a free release. Ain't nobody blocking you.
Right.
You should be by Thibodeau right now.
I said it earlier.
This is why we give up so many rush yards, folks.
I don't want him on the field this game. And I don't know who feels the same way about me.
You know
I
what?
said that.
And I'm gonna explain this, and I know y'all gonna catch it after I say it. He has to account for Hurts keeping that ball. So Wink probably told him or the guy right here, McFadden, you watch and see if he hands it off or he keeps it. You don't move until you're sure who has the ball. Because Jalen Hurts is a threat with his legs. So you can't
but his instincts though,
you can't over
and that's the problem.
Back. Hold on, you can't over pursue the running back and then find out he don't got it, and Jalen Hurts done burnt you down the side for 20 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Which linebacker you talking about, Lou?
Told to wait and see who has the ball.
Which linebacker you talking about, Lou?
McFadden and Thibodeau. I mean, McFadden and Smith. He's saying that he let them both know, make sure that ball is not in the hands of a running back, and he's actually with the ball in his hand. Okay. So before you start crashing, right? Because if they don't.
Let me tell you why Lou would have smacked the shit out of Smith. Even though if you told him to wait for the ball.
No, I already know why. Because he ran away from the play instead of crashing.
And that's what I'm talking about. Right there. And that's instincts. Once the ball was hiked, your eyes allows you to play with the speed that you need because your IQ tells you exactly what it is. Right? Watch after Miles Sanders gets away from him. Jalen Smith is still flat-footed. Watch.
Because even if it was a play action, I'm not assigned in coverage as Jalen Smith right now. There's nobody for me to cover.
Exactly. So that's why I'm so pissed off.
Even if it's a play action pass, I need to be trying to get down there and stop that pass because I don't have nobody assigned to cover.
He has nobody in this area to cover. Yeah. So what is he doing? Because all the RPO people are going this way. You know how you know this is not an RPO? Because there's not a receiver in the slot. The only slot receiver is already covered man on man. If this was an RPO pass, Watkins would have been in the slot right here.
And first of all, you don't have your tackle and guard pulling to the left if you're going to have an RPO play to the right.
Right.
Look, it's a misdirection play. It's right in front of you. And that's the reason why I don't want him on the field, because his IQ is low. He has a low football IQ. He got away with his athleticism all his career. But in this game called the NFL, you have to have IQ on top of athleticism. That's what makes good players great and great players elite. Look,
Lou, this is where you would have killed him too.
He's stuck in the L of NFL.
I know you would have punched him in the throat right after this. Watch what he does.
This is crazy.
Okay, he's late to notice it. Okay, he starts to go, look what he does. He stops again. And then just waits to get blown up. I don't understand that. What linebacker does that, bro?
Him.
He was supposed to get low and drop his shoulder pad through that leading blocker's shin.
IQ.
That shit is crazy to me, bro.
He was supposed to have a running start.
That dude over in an attempt to try to grab the running back's ankle.
IQ.
I'm mad at Thibodeau, but I think Thibodeau was just too worried about his assignment besides just playing on his instinct. Because his instinct
past that edge.
Yeah, his instinct, he was already there. All he would have to do was crash down. This whole play would have been.
But he got fooled. He got fooled by it. He got fooled by it.
If he'd have ran full speed from the ball snap, he could have disrupted that whole play.
Exactly, but he got fooled by it. That happens.
But that's what's so deadly about the RPO. When you got a good run game and a good mobile quarterback, that little hesitation for a second is what kills you.
Yep. On RPO, one hesitation is what kills you. And one hesitation.
And look at it. Look at. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Jalen Smith still where he at.
I'm gonna have to get off this play because I could be on this play for 2 hours.
Let's
do you know this? Do you know this man is still 6 yards away from the play?
Man,
and the two guards are already and the two guards are already pulling halfway to their destination, and you're still back here at the NFL logo. Of course, the play is gonna get off,
and then got to the stars in the shield and got murdered at the football,
and they got stars put into his helmet.
Look right here, death.
Tweety Bird. I thought I put it tat.
All right, here's another play here.
I did see a putty tat.
Right. Now you see how he is able to bounce to the outside even though it wasn't a huge gain?
Right. And what was the biggest part of that play being blown up?
He attacked it.
Exactly. He crashed down and he closed up those small creases that Jalen and Miles is normally used to get to.
Right.
This is the crease that they normally get to when they score. Right there on that left side, there's a big, huge opening. The only person, if he doesn't make that play, is going to be the safety right there. That's a safety right there, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's Julian Love.
Okay, so Julian Love is the only person that's going to be able to make that play because that hole in that gap is open right there.
Got him to go to sleep too, though. Just rewind the live a little bit.
Right. So when Jalen Smith comes down, it forces him not to be able to take this crease right here. Even though I think Miles Sanders is athletic enough to take that and bounce that way, but I don't know. But he takes it and bounces the other way. As you can see, Thibodeau is grabbing at him right there. I won't
put him in the bed to sleep.
I will want Julian Love to come down a tad bit faster. Once he see Sanders hit that hop, you should know that he has the ball. Should be able to come down there a little faster and don't almost let him get to the outside. Good play by McFadden right there. But see what happens?
Thibodeau for the disruption.
Right.
Thibodeau disrupted Sanders and gave him that little bit of hesitation. McFadden was able to shed his block, and Julian was able to close that gap in an instant. And that's what I was talking about, Pat. We have to close those gaps that allow them to think that they're going to have free runners in those small creases. But McFadden is not reliable enough to do this time and time and time again. He got that play, but if they would have ran that twice, he wouldn't have been able to do it. I don't know why, but he doesn't.
And I'm going to tell you what, Jalen Smith hesitated again. Just fire. Just fire.
Look where he's standing, first of all.
Because you got to use your peripheral. If you see Smith go to the right, you know there's going to be a quick screen, and this man's supposed to have that right here. He's supposed to have that right here. And then you got your Jahad Ward. He could just throw his hands up there right there. If he sees Jalen Hurts pull back, he can go like this to make that pass even more difficult. Fire. Look at him. It's like he's a madman to block.
It's mental, bro. It's mental. It's mental. He's looking for the contact to block instead of looking for the instinct to hit the gap. It's mental, fam. It's mental.
It's like he's looking for the contact instead of avoiding it.
Instead of just going to it, he can't get it right, man.
Look, he went right to him.
He waited to be engaged when he could have flew by him and disrupted that whole entire play. Look.
It's weird, bro. I don't understand it, man.
He's weird.
Look, he stopped. He completely stops. Wait till 56 gets out there, and then he runs into him. Like, what is that?
I'm sorry, Tudo. I just got him to fall asleep, man.
It's low IQ. It's low IQ. Look at Julian Love. Look at his instincts in diagnosing of the play. Look how quick he closes that gap up.
And Julian Love has another assignment.
Thank you for
Julian Love has another assignment.
It's going to be a gross ass whooping that we give you, Mr. Gross. Watch how we diagnose this film to expose y'all ass. Continue.
Right. But he has another assignment because he has to watch to see if it's an RPO because there may be a receiver coming in that area. So he has to. The moment
that Miles Sanders got the ball, look at Julian Love's feet. Watch this. See?
Yep, he attacking.
Look, attacking.
What the hell does Jalen Smith be doing, bro? Like you have 4 or 5 speed at linebacker, even after your knee injury. You mean to tell me you can't shoot right past this dude? Like, no, that's crazy. He stops his speed.
The Cowboys got rid of him.
Man, that's crazy. That's why the Packers got rid of him.
Right.
Look at him.
That's why the Cowboys got rid of him.
Look at him. Where's this aggression when you need it, sir? Look at this dude. He gonna hurt somebody. This dude wild as shit, man. I don't understand this dude, bro.
He's not a good person.
He's not a good person. He's not a good person.
He's not a good person.
Right. Now you see this right here. This is a 5 receiver set, so we all know that it's pass. All right, so Jalen Hurts has time.
Horrible mistake. Run back. Micah McFadden gets fooled by Jalen Smith looking at his first read, turns his helmet all the way to the side where you can see the NY on it. Once a quarterback does that to you as a linebacker, you are no longer in the play. He's counting on whoever's coming across your face to have an open release for a pass. Watch this. First read. Watch this. Look at him. Dead.
Because he knows you out of position. And then this dude, why are you running all the way over here? This is your area. All you
have to do is run a hitch route. All you got to do is run a hitch route. Look, hitch route. That's it.
If you go into your zone right here in this area where you're supposed to be, both you guys, this is your area. I know Jalen Smith area is from here to here. I know it is to right here.
Deep crossing route.
And Micah McFadden, his is from here to about here. All these 2 areas are supposed to be you. And if they do go deep, you got to hope that your man can cover over there that deep. Watch how far he goes over, bro. First of all, why are you taking a step towards the line of scrimmage anyway? It's a 5 receiver set. He's not running unless you see him go like this and get ready to go run. There's no reason why you should be going towards the line of scrimmage. Nobody believes that fake
already dead.
Yeah,
he's already dead. Like he's not even involved no more.
All right.
He took himself out the damn play.
Why is he running all the way over here? You're not going to be able to stop anything over here.
If y'all can tell me what the fuck Micah McFadden is looking at all this time, I'll be impressed.
I don't know what Micah McFadden is looking at.
What does he see?
One of the
Mom,
Eagles fans,
understand?
one of the Eagles fans paid a Victoria's Secret model to flash her boobies right when the ball was snapped.
Look how far this clown keeps going
And
over.
since it had him, so he was flabbergasted.
Yo, he is just in the middle of the field to be in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
Looking
he's
over at
still
the
looking
sideline.
towards the right. Like,
Looking at
what
the
is he
sideline.
looking
I
at?
don't know what's up. It
Like,
was
what are
nothing
you doing?
foolery. It's nothing that's fooling him on that play. There's nobody leaking out. There's nobody coming across. There's nobody in his vicinity. He's in between the hashes with 0 white jerseys around him.
Why is he still running to the left and he sees Jalen Hurts cocking his arm?
His name.
Damn, I forgot his damn name.
Who?
Is it Brian Cox? Ain't it Brian Cox?
Yeah, he's the linebackers coach.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The Brian Cox from the Miami Dolphins, number 51, used to have the big pad on his neck.
Yeah.
Always had fights.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No wonder our linebackers are trash.
No, they just don't have no instincts. They don't have no instincts.
Cox paws. What? Yo, he was the dude, bro. He was the dude.
Yeah, Brian Cox.
He was a cheater. He was Vontez Burfict before Vontez Burfict.
What, the PDs?
That and the dirty hits.
I know he was better than these niggas.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he was.
Get that out of it right there.
He was. But he used to hit people dirty, hit people low, take out their legs.
I remember those thought processes. But can they just grab somebody, period?
Okay.
Can one of them just grab somebody? Right.
So if you're in a zone, underneath zone, which where these two guys were, McFadden should never get further than what this guy is, and Smith should never go further than what Smith is right here. Why in the
if I'm not mistaken, who's that? Moreau in press man?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure I got the play right. Yeah, he's in press man against Devontae Smith.
Right. And the ball doesn't go to Smith, it goes to AJ Brown because he beats that's not Moreau, that's Darnay Holmes. He beats Moreau to the inside on the slant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Darnay Holmes. Your zone, you should never, to be honest with you, you should never go any further than what your ends are right here in this zone. I know that has to be taught. Why the fuck is Jalen Smith all the way over here, bro?
But look at the move. What was he doing right there?
I don't know.
Pointing to the ball? Was he pointing to the ball?
Nah, he jumped up.
Why did he do this? This is not fooling anybody. Why did you do that?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just go in the whole defensive line mode and defensive back mode. I'm not even gonna look at him no more because he's pissing me off and he'll mess up my film review.
Look at I don't know what McFadden was doing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that move by Thibodeau right there, he's bugging. Let's keep it real. That move right there, he's bugging. When he put his back to the lineman and he let him move him away like he didn't like him. Look, right?
Yeah,
see
that move was terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible. First of all, a spin move, you don't go that deep pause when you spin. That's maybe two steps up the field.
Dwight Feeney couldn't do it.
Yeah, he didn't went all the way. He in the deep end of the pool. He didn't fucked up.
He actually opened up the window for him to throw it even easier.
And look at the move. He let him watch the recovery though by the lineman. See, he pointing at the ball. I know I'm not bugging.
It's because he's not supposed to be that far over. Fucking dumbass.
So hold on. Let's make sure that we got this right because I don't want the people to feel like we spending too much time just destroying one person. But you guys need to understand these are the reasons why we take so many hits in the run game, so many hits in the pass game, and we're always flailing our arms and being pissed off when teams don't have any fear going for it on 4th down. These are the reasons why. Their linebackers don't bring any fear. They don't know how to diagnose plays, and this shit's on tape. We're watching this as amateur professionals, meaning as we're not getting paid for it, but we're professionally analyzing what a lot of people don't see. Would you be afraid of this, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw it on tape? As a matter of fact, I could get me sleep off knowing that Jalen Smith
like, I don't want to like Jesus.
I'm going to bed on time. As an offensive coordinator, I'm going to bed on time. There's nothing to fear about this non-instinctual, undiagnostic, non-play reading, taking yourself out of the play ass linebacker core. Look, 2 dummies.
Why is he still going this way when Jalen Hurts starts to cock his arm and get ready to throw? Shouldn't he be going back a little bit?
No, stop and look exactly the position that he's in. Number 54, Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
He's about to do the Harlem Shake.
Right. Like I don't get it. And he's fine.
He don't know what the hell going on. Michael McFadden don't know what the fuck going on. He's still dead.
That's what I was getting ready to get
Michael
to.
McFadden is looking at some tig-o bitties. I'm telling you.
All right, run the whole entire play real quick, man.
Watch how fast he snaps his head back and look at them tig-o bitties.
Yeah, this home film session got y'all heads blown up, huh?
Like that play right there sums up those two together the whole season. That's why I cannot allow those two to play together.
What was Michael McFadden going to do right now after this? Look, after he catches the ball, what was he really going to do?
Shit, probably get ran over by A.J. Brown.
If A.J. Brown keeps going without nobody tackling him, Michael McFadden over pursues and he runs past him.
All right, look at this play. Get the ball.
Small creases. Back to it, Pat. This is what I've been talking
on
about.
Twitter. Hey, 40 Luck. It's streaming on Twitter. Go to Big Pat Sports Talk Twitter and at whatever players you want to with it.
These are the small creases. These are the small creases that I was talking about, Lou and Taj. I want y'all to jump in on this, pause, because I had a conversation earlier. Pat wasn't there. And somebody asked me, what do we do on defense to stop the Eagles? I told them the Eagles have a way of having these wham plays and these pull read options where they get into these small creases and the Sanders and Hurts slithers through these creases. That linebackers are flat-footed and they get chunk yardage. Who is that back there watching this?
Right here?
Who is that?
That's Pennock.
Pennock, yeah.
Pennock, look, he's not even in motion.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
For you to be back there not even,
yo.
There's no receiver back there for you to be covering. You should be crashing down and making sure that all those gaps are covered.
And that's the problem, Lou, right there, with those small crease plays that allow them chunk yardage and scores down in the red zone. Look at the crease.
So you got 1, 2, 3 possible receivers. You got 1, 2, 3. One possible receiver here. You got one for Monroe. So there's no reason why Pennock shouldn't be crashing down, because if this was a pass, you will automatically see it because you're the furthest back. You see everything.
And if he was to just start running when the play started, he gets there.
Yeah.
He gets there. Look, he's already done because he has not started moving yet.
Now, Pennock is a undrafted free agent, right?
Pennock.
Is that Tony Jefferson back there bugging too?
Right here?
Yeah.
I think that's Tony Jefferson.
He don't know the play.
No, that's Darnay Holmes. That's Darnay Holmes.
I don't want to talk about him no more. I will never give my attention to him until we win a Super Bowl. That's the only time I'm gonna say something about him. I can't
Pinnock a
stand.
rookie? Pinnock's a rookie, correct?
No, Pinnock is what is he, a second year man? He came from the
Second
Jets.
year. Yeah, he was with the Jets.
Oh, that's right. He was on the Jets.
So just look at the play. Number 71, Ellis. I know it's a double team, right? But he's reminding me of IHOP. What's the dude that used to be here, Lou? You gave him the nickname IHOP. Shelton.
Danny Shelton.
Danny Shelton. No, Danny Shelton. IHOP, the defensive tackle. I think it was Danny Shelton.
Danny Shelton was Denny's.
Yeah, Denny's. Yeah.
IHOP was Nate Solder, and Waffle House was Will Hernandez. Because all three of them motherfuckers got pancaked all year long.
Dexter Lawrence received double teams like this all day long, and they'll get pushed out this far. Like, Lord have mercy.
See,
now,
look at Pinnock. I want y'all to stay looking at where he's at, because it's so important. Look,
what?
Look at.
He ran away from the play.
You know Jalen Hurts don't have the ball.
Look, Jalen Hurts is pointing to the end zone. And these are the things that we cannot do. We can't afford to not be able to read our assignments, understand and diagnose the play, and be instinctual down in the red zone. This is how the Philadelphia Eagles have scored all year.
This is
these plays right here.
Nice things.
Let me.
This motherfucker ran away from the play.
So here's the other defensive tackle here. Here's Jalen Smith.
Son of a bitch.
They get washed out. Thibodeau has to come down and try to
make got the
play.
ball. There's no question about him not having the ball.
Look at the way that everybody is bunched over here. Somebody has got to stand their ground.
Can somebody tell me about the middle of the field? What's going on with the middle of the field?
Like, look at these dudes just get pushed out.
This is just power. This is power to the right. That's all it is. It's just power to the right.
No gap control whatsoever. Look at him just get destroyed.
Away we go.
And then he uses the wrong shoulder. You give him the right shoulder to hit, Smith.
And with all of this being said, just for the record, so everybody in the chat is clear, Giants still gonna go over there and beat the living shit out of Philadelphia in their own home stadium in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, because they're not playing this team right here anymore, Lou. Thank God. They're not playing this team right here.
We're gonna go bust that ass. Pause.
Xavier McKinney does not do what Pinnock is doing right now.
Yeah, even if Pinnock was a spy, Dash, he said Pinnock was playing the spy.
On who?
On Hurts. The thing about it is, bro, you know he has the ball. You know, Sanders has the ball, bro.
Come on. Spying on what right there?
Either
right there, the ball is in his hands.
And look at Jalen Smith. Why does he give them the correct shoulder to push him even further out the play? Why did he give him the correct shoulder? Get your ass in there and hit somebody. Instead of hopping on piles like Superman after the play is over, just run down there and hit him dead in his chest and stand him up to stop this flow from going to their right. Stop it.
Do it. Get your old ass in the backfield and make the play.
Because if you come in there hard, pause, and hit him in his chest and stand him up a little bit, he's not able to push this defensive tackle to damn near the out of bounds line.
The question is, where is he running?
The flow of the play stops. Fuck, man. Thibodeau did his best, but it was too late. Next play.
Yeah.
That shit's annoying, bro.
But that's the reason why a lot of people are thinking, wait a minute, man, they going off on these plays. This is why we lost when we did, and these is the reasons why you guys were so frustrated with the season. Like, yo, we give up a lot of runs, we give up a lot of yards. No, we didn't give a motherfucking thing up. Micah McFadden and Jalen Smith gave a lot of shit up.
Okay, start with this play here. You got what, 7 on the line of scrimmage, so 7 possible blockers with the running back, so 8 possible blockers.
Okay, so we in a 4-3 right here.
Basically, we send 4.
4-3 right here. Okay, Micah McFadden, diagnose. See,
I can't stand these two.
And this is what I'm talking about. Again, first of all, I want to know why my linebacker is dropping back 9 yards after the ball is hiked. Run it in full speed. Watch this. What the fuck is I'm good.
Damn right, Big Dash.
I'm good.
They attack our linebackers. They attack both our linebackers with one tight end, bro. Jalen Hurts never looked to his left. He never looked to his left. If you run the whole play, he never looked to his left.
The space that Micah McFadden gives him allows him to take space from Jalen Smith and sit in soft zone. Look, he turned that 2 linebacker coverage into soft zone because he gave him a 6-yard cushion horizontally.
And then look at this dude. Look at Smith's instincts, bro.
He doesn't have it.
I don't understand. You're right there. Drive on him. You see him get ready to throw the ball. Just drive on him and hit him. You might be able to break that up.
First of all, the ball didn't come out. Whoa. Go back, Pat. Go back. He sat right there and watched Jalen Hurts throw the ball to him. Look. Nah, he ain't do that. I'm good. Running full speed, Pat. Just from the snap. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank God McFadden came over there because he missed the tackle. Diving like a Superman idiot again. Like, he's always in this position for some reason.
You think that shit is cool? That shit ain't cool.
Fucking wild, man, dog. I don't understand this dude, man. That's why I'll be watching.
Run the play one more time. First of all, I want y'all to see where he started at on the dive and where he Yo, look where he started. Look where he started at on the dive, bro. Look at the start of the dive. Watch where he end up at. Watch where McFadden end up at.
I don't understand this cat, man.
Yo, he wild.
Cuz wild as fuck. Cuz is wild, bro. One more time.
Look at the dive and look where he end up at.
Coach, I think this was 2nd and 10, Coach. This was 2nd and 10, Coach. If I'm not mistaken, this was 2nd and 10. Yo,
he's wild.
Wild, bro.
He is bugged.
Yeah, that was 2nd and 10, Coach.
Yo, I know, right? Sitting inside the film room, and it's you, Brian Cox, Micah McFadden, Timon Fox, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, and y'all sitting there and y'all talking about pressure, gap integrity, discipline, and instincts, and diagnosing these looks. How do you, as the person who missed the play, sitting next to the other dude who can't diagnose a play, say, yeah? And you be like, okay, right there. So this is when I come down and do this. Or do you just sit there silently because ain't shit you could say because you just all over the film in a bad place? What do you do?
They can't say shit in the film room to me. Not playing like that. Because I know you're not watching film.
You can't. You can't. Diving like that. I know you ain't watching film.
You just happy to be out there playing.
Like I said, I believe he's always been an athletically gifted linebacker, but he does not have a high IQ. Athletically gifted,
man, that man's IQ is low as shit. I know it is. But we get to the next play here. This is 3rd and 4. Now they should do this. Yeah, they should do this more often. Now you see what happens. They bring him and Smith on the inside blitz, which is pretty interesting.
Who's that up there?
Who's where?
Or who just came from left to right in the A gap?
From left to right. That's Smith. Yeah. That's Smith.
I'm sorry. From the left position on the defensive side. Because they're on the right if we're looking at it from offense. But on the defensive side, they're coming from the left to the right. So who's
from right to left? Right here. I think that's Jefferson.
Yeah, okay. So left to right. Watch how he closes the crease that Hurts normally takes for a run. Watch this.
Right.
You see? Right. It's closed. That's it. Look at the bunch. Gap integrity, lane closed. Force him to throw the ball when it's bracket coverage. Look, 2 safeties up top, no soft zone, middle of the field covered. Bam.
Yeah, but he completed the pass. That's Adoree Jackson. That's Adoree Jackson. That's not
what's
McLeod.
Going on, fellas?
What's going on, Dash?
Yeah,
Dash, what's up, buddy?
I just want to say something real quick because I got my dinner. My DoorDash is almost here. The frustrating part about this, and we're talking about Jalen Smith. Yeah, we were trying to sign Jared Davis for weeks. We could have avoided a lot of this shit because the way that man came in and was playing the first week we got him, we could have had that play for at least 4 games. And we sitting here looking at this. It's crazy to me, man.
Man, but this was a good play call, even though they got the first down.
Right, but what I want you to do, you're going to run it again, right? Hold on. Hold on. Just go back a little bit. I want you to look at everybody's assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Both wide receivers, 6-yard cushion, 8-yard cushion, covered. Both wide receivers on the other side, 8-yard cushion, 7-yard cushion. But soft zone coverage bracketed from the 20 to the 25. There's nobody past the 25-yard line. So that means we're keeping everything in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Look how we opened up. Dex is at the nose, over the center. So he's going to be double teamed. Leo's next to him, right? These are not
Leo, but that's Mardo.
I'm just putting them.
Leo.
I apologize. I'm just putting them in. You know what I'm. Y'all know what I'm. I'm just putting them inside the right. There you go. So Tibbs is right here, right? Looking like he about to get a free release. He's going to have to get picked up by that left tackle because he's not going to be blocked by a wide receiver. So when you run the play, let's see how he gets the crash down. Who picks him up? Gives the free release to who's that safety coming over there? That's Tony Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tony Jefferson comes on a gap blitz, right? Because he fooled Hurts thinking he was going to run inside right there, but he kept coming around. Look, bam, gap closed. Now I have to throw the ball, but they gave him enough time.
But you know how much of a moron Smith is?
Where is he? Where was he on that?
He's right here.
So he ran into 3 people.
Mm-hmm. So if Jalen Hurts could have pulled this down and outrun Jefferson, he would have got to the outside because look, his gap control is gone. But Jefferson did such a good job, and Dexter Lawrence eats up 2 people, so he's able to get in there.
At this point, the pocket is going to be collapsing because Lawrence is going to be pushing 2 people back. He's going to make Jalen Hurts take off, and Tony Jefferson is going to be forced to chase him down. Now, who's over here? Who's over here on the left? The rewind a little bit. Let Jefferson come through. Okay, so Ojulari will be able to stop Jalen Hurts on at least a 2 to 4 yard gain right there.
Yeah,
If he
because
takes
he's
off
zoning out here.
because he's already
And
zoning out there. So
you make sure
Jefferson comes,
Quez
forces
Watkins
him out
about
of the
to.
pocket, moves him off his launching spot, and Ojulari cleans it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna be looking for that during this game.
Me too. But this is how you blitz with edge with gap control and force him to throw. Better coverage right there if that's a Dory Jackson in my book. But the play does get for a first down. So I'm not mad at that. That's a good pass, good play, good catch. All right, this is 1st and 10. As you can see the motion. All right, you see the motion, the RPO, pulling the tight end out. Where's the gap control? No gap control. It's a drop pass, thank goodness.
Now
But we
let's
have
talk
no
about the
gap
play.
control.
Okay, so look, play is run. First of all, let's go into the defensive set.
Basic 3-4.
Basic
1,
3.
2, 3, 4. With 3 linemen. So basically 3-4. We got a safety playing 1 linebacker. And that man Jalen Smith again. Man coverage because he's running with the motion guy. So that's showing you that's man coverage.
Right. And it's press man at the line. Whoever's up there right there on AJ Brown.
He's responsible for him. He's responsible for him. So
hold on.
You can see.
I just recognized something. Go back for 1 second, Pat. I promise I want the play to go right after this. Who is coming across the formation following whoever that is coming across in the backfield? Whoever that is crossing that's perfect. That's perfect play diagnosis. You see him? He's step for step with him, damn near in the backfield.
I think that's Darnay. Yeah, that's Darnay.
Yeah, that's all right there. That's all right there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be.
Okay. With that.
They're gonna give the fake like it's a run. They're gonna pull this guy and try to sneak him out if you're not careful. All right. Now, as you can see, what they did was switch. So he's responsible for anything on the right. Yeah.
Right. By us getting penetration pause with the right guard, it messed up whoever was going to try to come through across the formation to pause the safety so he could get a chance to throw the ball. Look,
right push here, right boom, there, stop the play.
That push right there, stop the play, right there.
He's already looking at this guy, and Smith is already running to where he's supposed to be to stop that tight end from coming out the backfield. He did a good job right there. Right. Now, the thing here is, when you see your guy getting pressure like that, he might not have seen him, but you got to know this is Jalen Hurts. You want to stop anything to the outside every time on him. When you get in this position, you're dead because he's going to roll out to the outside and you're shielding off this defensive tackle. You see what I'm saying? When he's trying to get to the quarterback. Unless this, I don't know how many defensive tackles could chase him down. There's not one that I can think of. So he's going to try to get out to the quarterback. You see how you lose gap control by doing that?
Is there a holding outside the right there on Thibodeau? Is that a holding?
Where?
When he tried to break loose from the tackle and get it's right there.
No, he let him go.
I'm just all right. He let him go.
Now, the reason why I love Jahai Ward, he's just not fast enough. If Jalen Hurts pulls this down, he probably gets about 10 yards with ease. But you have to stay with gap control. You have to trust that Dexter Lawrence and Leo Williams are going to get pushed up the middle and force him to the outside. When you're not able to get to Jalen Hurts immediately as an edge rusher when you're playing the Eagles, if you stack him up like this, you're not going to get to him because he's too far back. Stack him up and start pivoting towards that outside to make sure he stands right there while your pressure is coming.
You know where I'm going with this next, right?
Go ahead, E.
I want you to realize Pinnock is fucking up. If he would have fired that pass, look, hold up. Rewind. Look how.
Go ahead and join, Coach.
That's AJ Brown?
Now where are you talking? Right here?
Yeah, he's gonna run. He's gonna run a skinny post. He's
That
gonna
is-
whatever route he's gonna begin with,
Yeah,
he turns into a skinny post. Okay, boom.
That's Jefferson. No, that's
Yeah.
Murrow. That's Murrow.
Oh, that's
That's
Moreau. Yeah.
Murrow.
He gets beat off the line of scrimmage in a hand fight. Opens his hips. Look, right there. If he would have fired that ball, thank God he didn't do that. Thank God he did not see it, and thank God he did not do it. Because all he would have had to do was throw the ball over Moreau's head.
I mean, if you ask me, guys, I think the play that, in my opinion, Pat, may I give my 2 cents on some of the plays from the game, this game?
Yeah, hold on, Max. Let us get through the film review, brother. They are holding, Tommy. Who is Deuce?
Deuce from the chat, baby.
Oh, Deuce.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had a YouTube.
Could be a Twitter account.
But when you lose gap control against this man, it's a wrap. Coach.
What's up, everyone? How you guys
What's going
doing?
on, Coach
Coach,
Ed?
what's up, man? It's been a while.
Yes,
Let's see
sir.
everybody's beautiful face real quick. Coach, tell me what you think so far of the film review. What do you think some of the things that we went over? Let us know what you've seen so far during this film review to get an actual coach's point of view.
I mean, your coaching points are on point. I mean, everything you're talking about, the techniques, the leverage, little things of that nature. They're right. They have to be fundamentally sound. Like he is saying, they have to have better gap integrity, play with good leverage. In terms of taking on certain blocks, in terms of if you're giving up the play side shoulder, sometimes bless you. Sometimes you need to understand when you gotta wrong arm it, or to those who don't understand what I mean is you take the opposite shoulder and rip it through the weak side shoulder of the offensive lineman. That forces the play to be spilled or flow to someone else to help. So it helps you there. But everything you're talking about is right. Now the only thing I would say is, with the adjustments so far, you guys said it. This is not the same team. This is not the same defense. Um, I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing with Wink. I mean, last week, Next Gen Stats gave a great point that we played 65% of split safety against Minnesota. That's playing too high. That's taking away the explosive plays from Minnesota, and you saw what happened with Jefferson. So, and we know Wink loves to blitz, but that's also telling me that he's breaking his tendencies, and now Philly has to prepare for that. So I mean, it's I'm curious. I'm excited to see the adjustments, and I think even with the guys that we have, I think it'll be a different ball game. We haven't played with Dex and Leo and Tibbs and Ojolari all at the same time against the Eagles. Xavier wasn't there. Adoree wasn't there. So we're having other key players coming in. So, it's going to be different. It's going to be interesting. It's not going to be the way everyone is thinking, like the Eagles are going to come in and just cakewalk us. No, it's not. This organization as a whole has bought into what Dabs is doing. And it's going to be a different ball game, a totally different ball game.
Now, Coach, you seen the way me and E.
hmm
You see how frustrated we got watching Mr. Jalen Smith.
hmm
And I know a lot of people when they're watching me call a live play-by-play and I'm play-by-play, and they see me going off on Jalen Smith, and I got a couple of things on Instagram saying I be bugging out when I call these things when I'm seeing it. And the people be like, "Man, you don't know what you're talking about and all this." And so when I go to the film review, what are some of the things you were saying when you were seeing the film review earlier? What was going on? What were some of the things that you were saying? Let me know if me and E bugging.
No,
Please
you're not. You're not.
let
I
me
mean, Jalen Smith is number one, I think he's also trying to do too much instead of just doing his job, plain and simple. If you're the Mike linebacker, say in zone coverage, I mean, if they have you hedging to the strong side, then what is the drop responsibility? Are you buzzing your feet, or are you automatically taking your angle and getting depth? What's happening behind you. You have to understand that. I think he was trying to do too much because he also didn't trust. You had a younger guy in McFadden. You're having other guys who you're trying to overcompensate for instead of just doing your job. Where now you have Davis coming in, and he seems to be helping to stabilize in a sense. I mean, it's much better than what we had. It's still not at an elite level, but it's definitely better. And he's starting to settle in. He's still making some mistakes. He's still taking the wrong gaps, over pursuing. Um, Not understanding as a 230, 240 pound linebacker, you're not going to move a 330-pound man. So you got to take the right angles and know how to fake them in a
Leverage.
sense. So, but
What the?
I'm sorry.
I said leverage.
Yes, leverage is
Hey,
the excellent point.
hey, Coach.
Yes,
Before I
sir.
get out of here, right? First of
Mhm.
all, go Leopards. Let's get that out there. I would like
Lehigh.
to you know me, man. You
I
know
mean,
me.
not Lehigh, Lafayette.
Lafayette.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Boy, whatever.
but I know, man. I know.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Right. So I would like to go through at least 2 plays, man,
Yes, sir.
and do that with us because I haven't gotten a chance to speak to you guys since last year with all of us on the panel.
Mhm.
So I would like to do that before I get out of here. So Pat, cue it up, bro. I would love to get his thoughts on these conversations. We got Deuce in the building. That's a beautiful. I definitely want to do this. Look at Andre in the building. Come on now, G Nation. What up?
What up?
I see you
What up,
too,
E?
man.
Huh?
Here you go, G Nation. This for you.
What happened? That was for me, Coach?
That was for you. You always. There you go.
Hey, get them devil's horns off my dance. Gulag. Mother son.
It's a crown, not a devil horn.
Well, don't be throwing no gang signs up here neither.
Okay. Let's roll the tape.
Jeez.
Y'all ready?
Let's roll the videotape.
Lock them up, Gargamel.
I think the play that really got on my nerves was the 4th and 7 from the 41.
What the? Well, Pat went to the gulag.
Yeah. I mean, while we wait for Pat to come back, correct me if I'm wrong, but is a linebacker not supposed to, more often than not, is his first step not supposed to be forward? I mean, unless it's an
Absolutely,
obvious
Dre.
passing down.
True.
Because I've been watching.
It
What
depends
happened,
on
Pat?
it depends on the situation and the down and distance. If it's 3rd and 15, you're
Well,
not
no,
dropping.
that's the obvious, but that's the
Okay.
obvious passing down. But
Oh,
I'm speaking about.
You'd be surprised how many people have argued with me over that. You'd be surprised. You're like, no, they're supposed to come up and play the run. I'm like, 3rd and 15, that's a passing situation. That's common sense. So that's why I'm saying that.
Nah, because I've just been looking at McFadden and Jalen, and their first step is usually a lateral step.
And Dre,
Like they
their
always taking
first step,
lateral steps. They're not
and it's
moving
crazy, is
forward.
either a lateral step or they're flat-footed, turning
Okay.
their heads.
Okay. If it's a lateral step, what is the defensive line doing? Because if the defensive line is slanting the other way, then yes, a lateral step is what they're supposed to do because they're replacing the defensive line. So if you have a slant, say for example, you have a slant to the defensive line's right side, the linebackers actually have to lateral step to the left because they're in a sense taking a replace. Now, if you want to say you want to take
Sorry,
a
Coach.
yes, sir.
Pat says, my internet is bugging. There's a tornado in my area. Keep it going, guys. He's still trying to get back in.
Okay, no problem. um, with a
First of all,
lateral.
we
Now, if
don't
you want
pray
to,
for that situation right now because I don't know if
okay.
people understand tornadoes are not just your common household windy moments. So
Nah,
we're
that
gonna
shit
pray on
serious.
that situation for him and everybody down there because he's in the Gulf Coast. They always have these situations with the weather down there. So we pray for everybody in that area, man, and their families in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 As I was saying, as far as a linebacker, if they're taking a step to a lateral step, or even like a 45-degree angle step to the left, you're still going lateral, and you're going opposite of the defensive line. So, I hope everyone understands that. So sometimes it's what is the situation. Now, if they're just taking a lateral step and the defensive line is shooting straight ahead, then yes, that's wrong. That's wrong.
So coach, I want a concept that's really intricate to be broken down because people know the wording, but they don't know the actual meaning. And that's a lot of things that we do in football. The wording,
Hmm.
oh, he ran a blitz. You think of somebody just crashing down
Hmm.
trying to hit the quarterback with a free release, but you don't know the meaning. So earlier,
Hmm.
I was trying to explain the meaning about what a cornerback and a safety is supposed to do while bracketing a wide receiver in soft zone coverage. For instance, the play we ran against Justin Jefferson, where we had a Dory on him one-on-one,
Hmm.
you see him have him press man coverage at the line, but gives him a free release after 5 yards, of course, because he can't be touched. But then you see Julian Love pick him up 3 yards horizontally, so he doesn't get a soft zone and Kirk Cousins doesn't get a window to throw in. Please
Hmm.
explain that to people who don't know what bracket coverage is by a safety and cornerback to keep them from getting in soft zones.
Bracket is basically,
Yo, can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we
you,
hear you.
Brody.
You're in a
Okay.
sense you're putting two
Go ahead,
sets of
coach. I
eyes.
just want to know if y'all can hear me.
I got you. Bracket means you're just two sets of eyes on a receiver. Now, some play will it's playing inside outside, over the top and underneath.
Mhm.
It depends on how you want to bracket it, but that's basically what a bracket is. It's two guys surrounding or covering one receiver, whether
You're
it's,
creating a bracket over a
yeah,
receiver.
it just depends on how you bracket it. High low, this way,
Yep.
even if it's at a diagonal aspect, I mean that's really all a bracket is. It's what the word says. It's a
Right.
bracket.
Now I'm going to put player to bracket.
Hmm.
How would you bracket AJ Brown and who would you use in this game?
Which it depends on where they're lining him up at.
He's
If
going
they're
to be on
lining
the
him
right
in this,
side.
no,
He's
what I
going to
mean
be
is,
on oh,
if they're going to move him in the slot sometimes, or are they going to compress
let's just say he's the
formation?
Y.
He's the Y. Okay.
Let's say he's the Y.
Um, who do we have over there on the? If the Y is to the offensive right, that's usually going to be what more. What's his name? More.
Adoree
When
Jackson.
no,
Mondu.
Dory.
Nah,
No,
Dory
no.
is usually on the X, but you
Dory's
can.
usually on the
I would
right.
have him travel. I would have him travel.
He's going to travel. I know he's
Okay,
going
so
to travel
so
this
so
game.
then basically you're looking for almost a man too high type of concept on him,
Right.
as opposed to a true cover two or a quarters or even a Tampa two, something to that extent that'll give you a different bracket. But if you're going to do that, then that's fine. You can have a Dory. Now, where is he lined up? Is he close? Is he in tight? Is he on the numbers? Is he on the outside of the numbers? That's going to also affect how a Dory aligns it. Even though the
Right.
call might be a certain call, so you might have to check out of it or adjust the call to fit the alignment of the offense. So, because if he's just strictly on the numbers, let's say he's between the hash and the numbers, and he's
Right.
close to the numbers, and he's right there, and the down and distance is say 3rd and 4, and they're in the plus territory. Okay, Isadori, if you're going to call man, you know who's over the top. Usually, that's probably going to be, is it going to be McKenny or Love? I'm gonna go with McKinney because McKinney has a better range. So I want a Dory initially with the jam because he has to jam him. I want him
Facts.
to jam. I want him to jam with his inside hand to his inside shoulder, funneling him towards the sideline. Because now, not only are you going to have over the top help, but you're going to have sideline help. And that's what you have to understand. You're having, in a sense, three types of coverage or brackets to cover him. Because, you have Adoree
You
right there
push him
with him.
out, he's got limited field space.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cut his
So
field and play
even
out.
even if he's on the top of the numbers, if you can funnel him towards the sideline, it's perfect. Now, and then you have over the top help with McKinney. That's fine. McKinney, playing his rules, whether it's 2-1, 3-2-1, whatever, however they teach it. And then Adoree just keeps pushing him and riding him towards the sideline. It makes it harder for bless you. It makes it harder for Hurts to get the pass to him. Now, if they're trying to cross with him, because if it's a man situation, that might be the other play that they're going to do. But Dory has to fight that hard. If he crosses his face, keep riding him hard towards the side, towards the line of scrimmage, and stay over the top. And he's basically by himself. He's not going to have any help over the top because he's basically man on man. I mean, I hope that helps some of you guys who
Yeah,
right
a lot
now.
of a lot
See,
of
it's,
people,
it's
because a lot of people like I said, Coach, they know the terminology, but they don't understand the
Hmm.
concept. So what I
Hmm.
try to do whenever I speak to people, I try to slow down because the New York accent. We talk fast as hell, so I try to slow down to help them understand the concept of the
They
conversation,
just
so
listen
they could
slow.
get the meaning of it. But you know how that goes. So I just
Yeah.
wanted people to get that from you, and I thank you for that, man. And I think those concepts are going to be a lot of what we play in this game, because one, you have a supreme route runner in Devontae Smith who's not as strong, but then you have an athletically gifted wide receiver with great hands that can also get by you with speed if you lose
Hmm.
at the line of scrimmage within a hand fight. So I just wanted to break that down, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much, man. I got to put these babies to bed. Yo, Pat, I
Yes, sir.
love you, brother. Thank you so much. Lou, G Nation Mets, man. All of you guys, man. I'll be listening after we pray, and I'll be here. I'll be right here listening.
All right.
well, I only wanted to go for about an hour and a half. I know G Nation's gonna start up
No,
a
I'm gonna go
live.
live tonight. I thought
Oh,
we
okay.
yeah, I go live tomorrow. It's Thursday. Today's Wednesday. I'm tripping.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good to have these guys on here do these film reviews. You've seen exactly what was going on that very first game and why we got gashed on the run game. I believe
And
it's
why
going to
we
be
got
a totally different story
and why we got
going into this game. I think it's going to be a totally different story going into this game. I think Gerard Davis and I believe Michael McFadden played this game more than what Jalen Smith will be on the field this time around because he is not instinctual at all. I believe McFadden plays better when there's an instinctual linebacker on the field because
that
he's not questioning himself as much. And we're going to need primetime Thibodeau. The way Thibodeau played against the Washington Commanders that night, you remember how he kept getting in there even when they were doing the little RPOs? He was getting there so fast that he was hitting two people almost.
Hmm.
We're going to need that guy to show up against the Eagles to stop them from running the ball because I know that's the game plan with them because I still think Jalen Hurts' shoulder is still hurt. And so with this shoulder still being hurt, I don't think they're going to want him throwing the ball all over the yard. So I believe that would be the game plan going forward. And when we do blitz, we have to blitz with gap control. So I hope you guys enjoyed this film review that we did tonight. A lot of people are tired. A lot of people got to go to work. We got our kids to put to bed. Appreciate Coach coming in, giving his coach's view of things. Always appreciate it. Go sub up to his channel. What the Wonderful World Sports with Coach Ed Gladney. Uh, please go sub up to that channel. He does very good work.
It's Coach
What was
Ed,
it? Coach Ed's one.
Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports,
There you
and it's
go, Coach Ed Gladney,
Ed
Amazing World of Sports.
Ed with two D's, not one.
Right. Go sub up to that channel there. We all know the Big Blue Crew, G Nation, Classified 3F with Joe. Go sub up to those channels. Mets 2128 has a channel as well. Go sub up
Ain't
to
that
his
shit a
channel.
Christmas movie? It's a Wonderful World or some shit.
Yeah, It's a wonderful. I think it was called A Wonderful World. Yeah. The Chosen One. Go sub up to the Shakedown Crew on Twitter and YouTube. They do amazing work. They do go live and they do the spaces with Mellow Wick. Man, y'all go tune into those spaces. We talk a lot of good Giants content every day on that channel. And be on the lookout for more full New York Giants full access lives with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And if Lou can come on, he'll definitely come on. You'll be able to see that beautiful face. Pause. But any last things from you guys before we get out of here?
Other than
believe, because we're going to stomp the shit out of the Eagles in Philadelphia in their home stadium, bro.
31-20. 31-20 is my score.
Huh?
Break out the grill, break out the cheesesteaks, break out the shotguns. We're going eagle hunting.
We ain't making no cheesesteaks.
Oh, Dre, what's going on, Dre?
We making chopped cheeses out this motherfucker.
Right.
New York all the way. A chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese.
I was about to say the same thing. Look, if you're not gonna have a chopped cheese, go get you some wings because we cooking up some birds this weekend.
Right.
But we gotta stay away from the cheesesteaks. No cheesesteaks, none of that.
Get your barbecue sauce, get your blue cheese, get your hot sauce, get it all ready.
You know, I rock with the Tabasco, so you know what it is.
I
But
prefer pepper sauce.
What? Why you always gotta be the weird one? I don't understand it.
Let's not have a ghost pepper.
Where the hell did that come from, man? But man, we're gonna whoop the Eagles Saturday night. It will be on G Nation Lou's channel. Because more than likely I will have to work. I will chime in after I get done from work, but it will be on Lou's channel until further notice, or it doesn't matter if I'm off.
Playoff game with your boy.
Yeah.
New York Giants style, where we stomp your ass out live.
I'm also going to call my own channel if anyone wants to jump, but probably not going to.
You're damn right they're not going to, because they're going to G Nation Inside Sports Channel to watch the Giants versus the Eagles. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Yeah, Tabasco. What the hell is wrong with Tabasco? But this has been the True Big Blue Film Reviews. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Thank you, the Chosen One, for showing up. And to the next time, check out the Big Blue Crew. And we will see you on the next live, which will be tomorrow night on G Nation Inside Sports. But until then, peace. This is a Big Blue Crew production.